Hey guys, DJ Jack back with you here real quick once again with another video. And in this video, guys, I want to do my quick talk about the documentary on HBO Max, or Max now, what they call it, about Christopher Reeve. There's the story of Christopher Reeve's Superman and the story of documentary about Christopher Reeve. It's very, very interesting. It's on Max. It's called DC Studios Christopher Reeve's Superman story. It's very, 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 very good documentary. I highly recommend people watch it. I mean, I did not know that Christopher Reeve had an accident on like some kind of set and he fell or something. And later on in life, before he died, he was in a wheelchair because he had like heart problems or something, heart stuff, and he almost nearly died. And I mean, he eventually did in 2004, but the story explains how he was had a disability when he had his accident, and it's very, very interesting in the story and stuff. I was watching it on Max last night. I did not know that he had a serious accident, and he nearly, I mean, it's interesting. The whole entire family, Christopher Reeve also has a son that looks just like him. His name is Will Reeve. Very, 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 like, I totally see his, Christopher Reeve's face in his son Will. I totally see it. Will is also a actor and producer as well. Will Reeve is his name. It's very, very, very good. And I do want to say that the documentary is all very interesting and it's very good at telling a story and everything. And I highly recommend people go watch it. If you love Christopher Reeve's Superman, I highly recommend the documentary on Max. Highly recommend. It's really good. And also it talks about and shows footage of like he went to the Oscars or something. After he had his accident, a year after he had his accident, he went to the Oscars and spoke in front of the people, and he was in his wheelchair. It was sad to see him like all this way with all these things all over him, these tube things all over him, his neck and stuff, but and he was in a wheelchair. I mean, he had a disability. I did not know this about Christopher Reeve. It's a very good story. Very good story. I highly, highly recommend people go watch it. It's very good. If you have Max, you definitely want to watch the Christopher Reeve documentary story and a Superman story. It's called DC Studios Christopher Reeve Superman story. It's very good. It's very good. I highly, highly recommend. And he went to like the Democrat convention back in like the 90s or something. He went there to also speak about people with disabilities and how like he was an advocate for that. Like, it was very good. Christopher Reeve was a very good person. It's sad what happened to him in 2004 when he passed away, but he will always remain the best Superman to me. Even the director agrees to me that the first movie is better than the sequels. The director of the first Superman movie is also in the documentary, and he talks, and he even admits it to what the fans on my channel talked about when I did my review a while ago about Christopher Reeve's Superman, that the first one is the best, and he's right. The director even mentioned that in the documentary, which I agree. Christopher Reeve's first Superman movie was the best one. The sequels weren't as great as the original, but I gotta be honest, even the director admitted it in the documentary. It was really cool talking about it. It's a very, very, very good story. Very good story. I highly, highly recommend watching this documentary. If you're a big Superman fan, you definitely want to watch this. It's really great. It's really great. But also it talks about how he didn't want to be known just as Superman. He wanted to try to be known as a popular like movie star, and he started these other projects that didn't really fit him very well. That they said because everyone knew him as Superman, like they knew him as Superman. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting story. Interesting. Neil Diamond even tried to interview to to be cast as Superman before they went with Christopher Reeve, and they said no, no, no. The director said no, no, no. It tells you that in the documentary that Neil Diamond even tried to interview to be cast as Superman. He wanted to apply, and he did, but he didn't get it. Of course, he's a singer. Like, no, he's already popular. Neil Diamond wouldn't fit as Superman. That's why they went to Christopher Reeve, and though Christopher Reeve was the best. But there was a few actors that were very interested. So I'm just glad they picked Christopher Reeve because he totally fits the role. So besides that, that's my review of the Christopher Reeve documentary story. Hit that subscribe button. We'll talk later. Thanks.